Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad that you could join us today for this wonderful adventure into 12 Crystal Land with the Akashic Records and the crystals in our being, and our Reverend Kathy Burke. Kathy's going to talk to us all about the Akashic Record and these 12 crystals, because my goodness, we are so curious. I know for me, I've been doing a lot of healing since my mom died. Everything right now begins with, well, my mom just died, because that is affecting every aspect of my life in ways that I have been surprised about, bringing up ancestral stuff and past life things. And it's helping me to see that in my own life, the places where I have persistent issues are far beyond this life, and they have been resistant to all of the healing that I've done over them over the last many years. And so the ancestral lineage healing has made a huge difference, and still there's some stuck places. So I'm looking forward to learning more about the Akashic Record. So Kathy, Reverend Kathy Burke, is a certified Akashic Records facilitator. Do you want to tell us about that and your experience?
Sure. I became very curious about past lives in the 80s when I worked for a holistic healing center. And we used to have this woman come in from, she was in Montana, and she was a regressionist. She would come in and do past life regression. So I would participate with her and did quite a few with her and saw quite a few things and healed. And then I became a facilitator through her, and we did big groups at this holistic healing center that was in Brighton, actually, Massachusetts. And so over the years, I've taken lots of classes and courses and more things, certifications and taught certifications on past life. So to me, past lives are, oh my goodness, they're so important right now, especially because everything that we are, everything that we're becoming is coming to the surface at a much quicker rate than ever before. And so many people don't understand what's happening, friends and family and different things that, we might have felt more comfortable with in the past. All of a sudden, we're starting to notice, some discrepancies or some issues, or, gee, I wonder why that's the way it is. Or maybe we have health issues that, make us feel like no matter what we do is spinning our wheels. Yeah, that's a big one. Financial issues, trying so hard, working hard, but at the same time, sometimes again, spinning your wheels, not getting anywhere. So past lives can help us once we get in touch with the energy of the past life. You don't have to know the past life verbatim, like every little thing about it to heal it. But once you get in touch with it, then the healing begins. So it's an energetic healing through a variety of tools and techniques, karma release, 12 crystals, and other things that we can use to the book of life that we can use to go in and explore, activate, and then heal.
Oh, wonderful.
Nutshell, yeah.
Yeah, like you, I was trained to do past life regression in the 1980s with Reverend Dr. Judith Larkin Reno, the founder of Gateway University, and
Nice.
that was part of my ministry training when I first became a Gateway minister. And so, past life work has always been a part of my healing, but for a while, for years, I haven't actually focused on it. And now I'm seeing where it's really time to bring that focus back again. And the way I learned past life regression from Judith, we never used, I never knew about the 12 crystals in our body, and we never used the Akashic Records. So I'm very curious about that. So let's start with the Akashic Record. How does that play into past life healing?
Well, the Akashic Records, or the Book of Life, a lot of people like to call it that, can be equated to the universe's supercomputer. It's a system that acts on a central storehouse of information for every individual who's ever lived upon the earth, or even not on the earth. Many people don't realize that there's, a huge universe out there, and we come from many different planetary systems, and we land on Earth. This could be even our first time on Earth. And, there are like the Palladians and some of the other star people call them that. We're all connected. And so past lives can be here, and it can also be elsewhere. I hope that doesn't sound too cuckoo, but it really is. When I was taught past lives, we can't restrict ourselves to the fact that there is more than Earth, and that we could be in other places as well. So the past lives is the Akashic records are this beautiful book of life that has every past life that you have ever experienced ever since your soul came to be. I guess you could put it that way.
Judith taught us
Uh,
that too, and we had some classes where we would have fun exploring past lives that we'd lived in other places besides Earth.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so there's
definitely.
so much interestingness that we can explore in the Akashic records. What other fun stuff is in there for our curiosity?
Well, let's talk a little bit about the 12 crystals because
Okay,
that's all.
okay, okay.
So when I'm teaching past lives, the first thing I talk about is about the records, what they are, what they do, and in this, we have an upcoming workshop on the 14th that I will be going much further with this. And so what happens is we have what you call the crystal caves. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, what's that? The crystal caves, that sounds kind of cool. The crystal caves are within the realms of the Akashic records, the Book of Life, and they're a place where beautiful energies are stored for us to retrieve. Now, the excellent part of this, which really gets me excited, is that I discovered a while back that we have 12 crystals in the center of our body. Now, part of our body is crystalline. That's kind of a known fact. We do have crystallization within our bodies. But I channeled, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, after I'd done a past life class, another one that I had actually taken, an advanced one, I began to see these 12 crystals that run deep within the third chakra. And they're in a circle, and they're kind of pointed. They're like pointed crystals, and they're clear, and they hold everything. They hold our talents from past lives. They hold the people, places, and situations that we knew from past lives. They hold all the information, everything we felt, thought, said, heard in them, okay? And these are a perfect set that work with this kind of supercomputer, and they're activated when we're working directly with past life energies. These powerful crystals, when activated, are used to help us clear past lives, karma, physical, emotional, and spiritual issues. But they have such a potential because not only are they storing, things that happen to us, even, traumas, but good things too. So they're like this big, beautiful reservoir that contains everything that we can tap into, tune into. And what I think is fabulous is the energies we're in and have been in for at least since 2000, right after 2012, we went to 2013, and things really started to expand energetically. So this year, being a year of complete transformation, is such a perfect time to tune into the records, see where you can clear some things from the past so that you can feel happier, healthier, more abundant, whatever it is for you. And also to know that, you can tune into these to clear them, to cleanse them, and to activate gifts from past lives. About 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I activated a past life where I could play the crystal bowls perfectly. I ordered a set of crystal bowls. I was told to do that. I didn't understand why I was ordering them, really. They came, I started playing them. I saw myself in Atlantis. I was a young man. I was playing the bowls, and I played them like I never stopped playing them, like, when you learn to ride a bike and you ride it well. So I saw it. I'm playing the bowls in meditation at the center, and there's this whole picture coming up of me in a past life playing the bowls. Now, I don't play any other instrument, like to, but the bowls, I'm attuned to them because of past lives. So that's another way. I've got more information here. I don't want to talk too much because I want, Kimberly to interject a little bit, but these are ways through the crystals, and we're going to do a journey to go into the crystals today so you can experience what they feel like.
So a couple of people said when we were getting ready for the call, they've said that they're really curious about this. This is perfect timing because they've been working on past life healing issues, and they are just happy to be here learning more about this. So
Excellent.
can you give us some examples of when we're dealing with a issue that just won't clear up? What symptoms or what tells us that it's related to a past life, aside from the fact that it just won't clear up?
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I can answer it fully, but I'll try. Um, so I feel most of the people, probably 99.9% of the people that I end up working with, whether they know it or not, are extremely intuitive. They're tuned in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here today listening, whether you know it or not, you're very tuned in. So again, we go back to the word energy. So it's kind of a feeling like dreams. You can have dreams, or one of the quote unquote, let's call it a symptom, would be a person in your life that you just seem to have a lot of issues with, and no matter what you do, and you feel like, I just know I've been with this person before, or a situation that comes up like a deja vu, and you go, oh, this feels so similar, but I don't really remember experiencing it, in this lifetime. So it's kind of a trusting of sorts, that you just know that you know that you know that this is just not the only time you've been here, that you've had many, many lifetimes, and that you're curious and you're open and you're open-minded. And then with me as a facilitator, connecting you with the lords of the Akashic records and the 12 crystals, we can take it to a whole nother level.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So
About the best way I can describe it.
that was really good. I'm also curious about the Lords of the Akashic, the Lords of the Akash. Who are they, and how do they help us? What's
Who
their
are
role in
they?
this?
Yeah. Well, many of you have heard of Edgar Casey, and
Mm-hmm.
Edgar Casey
Mm-hmm.
was a famous healer in his time. And Edgar Casey talked a lot about the book of the Akashic Records and the Lords of the Akashic Records. And the Lords of the Akashic Records are kind of like, they have that ascendant master energy, where they were given that job by divine source, by God, to oversee the records, to oversee everyone's past lives, and to keep tabs, to kind of be like, the directors of past life, uh, journeying and tuning into. And so they are like a support group, like the angels can be, with a real strong ascendant master kind of energy, that come in to help us to connect and to heal. We always open the records. We like have an invocation. We close the records at the end. We never leave the records open, just to keep them open, because that's where we're on the earth plane. We have to stay grounded. It would kind of be confusing. So there's a whole process that they've taught us, that we can use, and there are facilitators to the caves and to the book of life.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And you also mentioned angels, my favorites. What angels are here with us that help us to access the Akashic records?
Oh, well, Metatron is huge with the Akashic records. Archangel Metatron loves to work with the Akashic records. I feel Michael, Archangel, I feel very strongly the archangels are all there working with us. I definitely know Archangel Michael is
Mm-hmm.
definitely with us working with the Akashic records, because Michael comes in, watches over everything, protection. Raphael comes in with extra healing. I know Saint Germain works with the Akashic records, and Jesus works with the Akashic records. So that's just a few. I'm sure there's many, many more. We also have the what I like to call the Star Sisters, and they're connected to the Palladian energies, the Palladian galaxy, and so it's more than just what we think. There's so much connected to it, because past lives are huge. They're big. They're expansive. They're the whole universe. They're
Yeah.
everything.
We are so much bigger than who we think we are here in our human
Right.
life. And part of the reason why we have forgotten all of that is because it could be just too overwhelming for us to have this massive sense of being while we're here living our human life. And at the same time tapping into some of those strengths and treasures and abilities, talents, resources from our past, the blessings from our past can help us as we're releasing. So I was reading something on the internet, looking at the Akashic record. Somebody was asking, can we change our Akashic record? And, I don't see the point in changing our past, but what we can do is we can bring resolution. We can resolve past issues. We can bring forgiveness, and we can clear it up so that there's no longer that heavy, stagnant energy that forces us to repeat patterns over and over.
Exactly.
I've noticed in my own life that a lot of times, I don't have the ability to make a different choice. I'm stuck in a pattern or a program. And once it finishes running its program, I can look back and say, ouch, wow, I don't want to do that again.
Yep.
But while
Well,
it's running, I'm stuck in it. So
yes.
here we can see. And Viorica is asking us, can we see the future in the Akash? Yes, we
Yes,
can.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. In fact, uh, I'm a big fan of Lee Carroll and Cry on the Angel, and some of you might be familiar with him, some of you might not, but I usually go and see him and his group of people every year when he comes to my neck of the woods in Massachusetts area. And there's a woman, Marilyn Hart, that actually teaches how to, and I've worked with her, how to go in and pull out all of your talents and the things from past lives that you would like to rekindle. And also, not just that, but how to get into the past lives and not only heal them and clear them, but to actually, again, kind of like lineage, once you heal something in the past life with a person, then that person heals too. Not fully, but they heal with you. So it's a really powerful thing. And then also, Cry on the Angel talks about how you can go in and pick and choose what you want to reactivate from a past life. So say you had a past life where you were healthier, you were happier, I've been working on this. This is good. And I'm finding bits and pieces coming back, and I really love it. More prosperous. And you can pick and choose. I want to activate that now. I want to go into my DNA, because DNA is part of it. And I want to activate a past life where I was robust and healthy and whatever, happier and perhaps more successful, or whatever it is you want. And there are ways to go in and activate that.
Oh,
That is really,
fabulous.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. I am
yeah,
looking forward to
that's
that.
really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
And
could
so,
teach two levels of this easy. The one we're going to do on Saturday, which is, kind of like getting in, learning, growing, expanding, and then even, another level of going even further with it. So there's a lot to be said with the past lives.
so perhaps then we'll have an Akashic healing record healing 2
Oh,
after
I
this one.
definitely think we should, because I have so much more that I can share. We have 2.5 hours, and 2.5 hours I can get some things done, but then we have to kind of like assimilate and attune and connect, and then there'll be like another level where we can take it further. I tried an 8-week program at my center a couple of years ago, and 2.5 hours each week for 8 weeks. And it was very powerful, extremely powerful.
Oh, beautiful. So you have an experience for us. You have a special journey
I
giving us a
do.
taste of these 12 crystals at the center of our
Yes.
being.
So are we ready to go on the journey?
We are.
Does
We are.
anybody have any questions before we do the journey?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me access the questions. Let me unmute everyone. Oh, so if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand. And if you're on the computer, the way you do that is when you look for your picture, you will see a little, some dots in the corner of your picture, or if you see your name on the side, you will be able to raise your hand. So if you have a question, we've got too many people on the line to just unmute. So raise your hand if you have a question. I don't think I told you the right thing. I'm the host, so I can't see how to raise hands. And
Well,
I
we can
kind of
have a
forget.
time after too. If
Okay,
anybody,
okay,
they can type on the screen and we can
right,
answer like
right.
that.
So you can always type a question into the chat. In fact, Lelia says that she has issues manifesting in the body that seem resistant to a variety of modalities, mostly energetic. And she finds intergalactic past lives quite plausible because she's had some interesting dreams about that.
Yes.
So resistant, yes, resistance. That's a sign that whatever it is you're working on is has deeper roots than just this life.
Yeah,
And
it does. I'd like to mention one thing, if that'd be okay, before we start the
mhm.
journey. Um, so many of us have had galactic past lives, me included. I'm sure Kimberly has. I work with people that comes up a lot. And what happens with the galactic past lives is that Earth is a very different energy than the galactic, meaning wherever we were on another planetary system, Earth is really, school and lessons and kind of the school of hard knocks. And from what I know, and I don't know everything, but from what I've been taught and know and feel, that many of the other planets that people can come from are more gentler, lighter, happier, more joyful, whatever. And maybe even some aren't in a body, some are in spirit form, but it's a very different energy from Earth. So when a galactic being who hasn't had many past lives on the Earth, maybe some of them don't have any, they've had all galactic past lives, and they come to the Earth plane, it's not easy for them. They feel the Earth plane as being not Mother Earth, she's beautiful, but I'm talking about the people, the energy, kind of harsh, or they don't feel like this is quite home. And perhaps you look into the sky a lot and you see, always looking up at the clouds, or you love the stars, or so, if you have any of those quote unquote symptoms, know that 2 to 1, a lot of your past lives were in other places, and you're here maybe for the first, second, or third time, but Earth isn't the easiest place for you to be.
Yes, I have tapped into that. Yes. Sherry has a question for us. Hello, Sherry.
Sure.
Hello,
Hi,
Sherry.
hello, can you hear me?
I can. I'm so happy to see you today.
Yes, I'm sorry, I just got in late. My other appointment ran over. I just wanted to say hello and say I was glad to be here.
Oh, wonderful. Did you have a question
So
for Kathy?
she's
I
got
was
purple on too.
I was just trying to figure out how to work the controls, and I hit raise hand when you were trying to talk about that. That was on the bottom
Oh,
of the
okay.
participant
Okay.
list on the
Okay.
right hand side. So I can unlower my hand now, but
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
where I found it down there
Beautiful.
under the participant list.
Thank you for sharing that because as a moderator, I see something different than you see.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to unmute and lower my hand. So
Okay.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to be here.
Thank you. And Jackie has her hand up. Hey, Jackie, did you have a question? Let's unmute you.
I, um, I was hoping maybe she could shed some light. I know who I've been in past lives. I've been transgressed several times, but money hasn't been an issue. I've always been very wealthy, and now with a house I had in Alberta, that province is in a recession, and I've lost my house in Alberta. I live in BC, and I'm claiming bankruptcy. And I just wonder, does she see through Akashic Records, what are any lessons for me
Well,
besides
I have
release
to
and
do,
let go?
yeah, that's a great question. I would have to do a session with you, hon. I don't go in just like click just like that and see it. It's not like that. You have to go in, you have to prepare, you have to tune into person's energy. It does sound like a past life issue. If it's something you want to address down the line, you could have a session with me on the phone. We could talk about it. But to be honest with you, it's like when I walk in the market and someone says, "Is my father standing next to me?" Because I do mediumship, and you just don't turn it off and on like that. So I'm glad you're here today. Perhaps we can answer some of your questions through the journey.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Jackie. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead with the journey then.
Yes, let's go ahead with the journey. So with the journey, it's probably about, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. I would like you to just sit in a place where you can be really relaxed, turn your phones off or anything that's going to disrupt you. This is a special journey to experience a taste of the 12 crystals in the center of your body. So this is kind of the beginning of how to really get in there and work with the records. So it's really cool, and you can, continue to work on this later too if you want. So just close your eyes, and if everybody close their eyes, and take a really nice, gentle breath in, and think about the breath as moving down from your crown through all areas of your body, all the way down through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. I want you to breathe in and out gently several more times until you feel your bottom on the seat and your feet on the ground. If your feet aren't on the ground, that's okay, but make sure your bottom is on some kind of a seat. No standing for this. Relax even more and let go of any thoughts that may be holding you back. Release, relax, and receive. So I feel like we need to do one more nice deep breath. Hold it for a moment and then let it flow through you. Good. Flushing out some toxins there. Bring your attention to your crown chakra above your head and begin to feel it opening as a rich golden light filled with wisdom and knowledge from your past lives begins to flow down upon your crown. See and feel this beautiful golden light blending in with the 12 layers of your crown chakra. And then, once it's bathed, that whole area, it's like a circle moving through. It's like the aura of your crown chakra. Think of it that way. So it expands out. And once it has done that, it pulls back down and through, and it gently touches upon your third eye. It hovers for a moment as it circulates through the 12 layers of your third eye. Feel this powerful, expansive energy as it is beginning to connect you with pure past life energy. So this is a beautiful time now to just be aware. Let this go on. Perhaps you'll see some things or feel some things. Let the energy flow. Your third eye is open and ready to feel a stronger connection with your higher self as greater wisdom begins to flow throughout your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. So again, we want to breathe, relax, and receive. Let's take another cleansing breath in. And let it flush through your body. Oh, that feels so good. Glorious beams of golden activation and light from your past lives continue to flow, moving into your chest and your heart area. You begin to feel the 12 layers of your heart opening fully to receive. You are filling with possibilities of what is yet to come as your heart is on board with your past lives and preparing itself to heal. So with your attention on your heart for a moment, just relax, breathe, and be willing to receive. Your first 3 chakras now have expanded open, they're moving, they're balanced, and a portal of light has opened and is flowing now deep into the center of your third chakra, right in the center of your stomach, as you begin to feel an expansion of light. This expansion feels as if a warm, radiant summer sun is working through all 12 layers of your third chakra. Let's just be with that for a moment. It's as if that light is in the center, like a little bit of a seed, and then it starts to swirl and expand out, and it fills your entire torso with this beautiful, radiant light. It continues to expand as you visualize it expanding out, almost beyond your auric field. So, you may feel warm, you may feel tingly, you are being energized and renewed at this very moment. The light touches the edges of your aura. So just visualize in your mind, if you can, this huge ball of expansive light that has expanded from your center, moved all the way out until it's touching the inner edges of your aura. And you are glowing. You are just sparkling and glowing and twinkling. You are in such a beautiful, peaceful state. I want you to take one more nice cleansing breath in. And let it flow through you with ease and with grace as that light shines within you and around you. The light has touched, as I say, the edges of your aura. And then what it does, it begins to pull inward again until you feel a large ball of pure energy in the center of your stomach. So it's pulled from your aura back to your center. It is condensed now and filled with possibilities. It's waiting to travel into the 12 crystals at the center of your being. And all you have to do is breathe, relax, and be willing now to receive. You begin to see the 12 crystal points in a circle. They're ready to be filled with golden vitality light. This special light is about to give you the experience that you will feel when you connect with the Akashic records in the upcoming class. Feel the energies as they move in perfect balance and harmony through each crystal, giving a sensation of perfect balance and joy. Just continue now to breathe and receive. Allow yourself a few minutes now to be with this beautiful golden vitality light. The 12 crystal points are in a circle and they're waiting to be filled. They go deep within your center, so they're way down, deep within you. I also feel they connect deeply with our DNA, so know that this is a very beautiful, deep journey into the center of the 12 crystals that reside within you. The special light is about to give you an experience that you will feel. So you feel the energies as they move in perfect balance and harmony through each crystal. It gives you the sensation of balance and joy. Think of each crystal as a diamond point, clear, filled with information, wisdom, knowledge, gifts, talents, everything you can think of. Everything that was ever known about you now and in the future. Feel these energies as they move once again through the crystals, one by one. Some will be brighter than others. Feel the balance and the harmony. Be with the warmth and the feeling of inner peace for a moment. And if your mind wanders, I want you to just notice that it wanders. And you could even perhaps put your fingers, your hands, your palms over your solar plexus area. And perhaps at this moment, you'll feel a vibration coming through your hands from the 12 crystals. Each one is filling perfectly with this expansive light. Each one is getting ready to show you a new way. And you continue to just breathe, relax, and receive. Know that each crystal that is present within you is unique. It is filled with warmth and potential. It's filled with past life wisdom and knowledge. Now, I want you to bring your attention back to the center of your stomach area. As the light accumulates in your center, once again, it expands now through each layer of your third chakra. Once again, it reaches the edge of your aura as it shimmers and shines. You feel so relaxed. You feel light. You feel positive. You may have a sense that freedom is on the horizon for you. And you also may have a sense that you want to go further because you know that what's to come will bring healing on many levels. You, the 12 crystals, your higher self, the angels, saints, ascended masters, and all of the divine, the Akashic records, the lords of the Akashic records, the crystal caves, your DNA, 12 crystals, all connecting as one. I'm just going to be quiet for a moment, and I just want you to be with your center. Again, if you want to place your hands over that area and feel if there's any vibration or pulsation, or perhaps now you may see something coming into your mind's eye. This could be anything from a color, a number, a symbol, a person, place, or situation. Just allow yourself to be with this for a moment. Breathe, relax, and receive. Feel the energies of each crystal pulsating deep within your center. As if little lights on a Christmas tree are being lit up. One by one, they sparkle, they shimmer, they shine. They're being activated now. Once they're activated like this, you can go in any time. Bring your attention to that third center. Let it go deep within you. See the circle of crystals. Feel their light expanding all around. You can speak to them, talk to them, ask them questions, see what you get. So now I want you to just stay in touch and ask a question, that something simple that you would like an answer, maybe a yes or no answer. from the 12 crystals in your center. Give you a moment to do that. Feel yourself relaxed, open, and willing to receive. Ask the 12 crystals to show you through your body a sensation. And then tune into your body and see where you might feel a little tingle, a pull, a warmth, a coolness. Tune in, feel it. Give the 12 crystals permission to work with you, to help you, to guide you, to bring you clarity in the coming days. And best of all, know that they are there for you anytime to tune into. I want you to take a nice, gentle breath in once again. Let it flow down through your body, deep, deep, deep into Mother Earth. Now, as you bring your attention back to your crown chakra, see the rich golden light moving down through each chakra until it lands on your Earth Star chakra beneath your feet. See it moving now down into Mother Earth as you are grounded back into your chair. We thank the Lords of the Akashic Records, the crystal caves, our DNA, the 12 crystals at the center of our body, and all of the divine for being with us on this journey to give us a little taste of what the possibilities are as we all are ready for the transformation that has taken place this year, 2020, for our highest and our best. So breathing in and out gently, feeling your bottom on the seat. One more nice gentle breath in, flowing down into Mother Earth as she pulls rich white roots from the soles of your feet into her heart and her soul. Coming back in the room, feeling light and free. So take your time, coming back. Wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch a little bit. Feel your bottom again on that seat. That's important. Your feet on the ground. When you're ready, taking the time you need, you can open your eyes, feeling refreshed, connected, and renewed. Namaste. So coming back, taking your time, feeling your body, feeling very relaxed. Most of you will feel very relaxed. And we can share a little bit if you'd like at this time. By the way, I'd like everybody over the next 24 hours to drink plenty of water, okay? Get those crystals, keep them, they're like a battery, you know? So we have to keep them, water keeps them percolating. I guess you could say.
So I feel wonderfully relaxed and I don't remember a thing.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's all right. You still had an activation.
I'm sure I did. I remember seeing the beautiful golden light. I remember the crystals. I remember seeing this beautiful rainbow colored light coming down. And after that, boy, I don't remember a thing until you said, okay, wake up.
Watch your dreams tonight.
Okay. So I'm probably not the only one who had that experience. So I see Eva nodding her head. So what do? We watch our dreams, we drink water, we watch our dreams. Jody's saying, me too, felt great, saw the light. And Monica's saying, I don't quite understand by connecting to, wait, this is off my screen. By connecting into the crystals, can we connect with the past lives? So help us to understand a little bit more here. And then let's take some questions.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, that's the beginning. Again, I'm teaching a class on Saturday, the 14th. This was just a little taste of what we're going to be doing. We're going to, we've connected you, kind of attuned you to the 12th crystal energy. Again, it's kind of one of those things too. Once you're attuned to any kind of an energy, like Reiki or any kind of healing energy, you can go back in. You can, place your hands on that area. You can visualize the 12 crystals filling up and listen and ask questions. So this little taste of what's to come is just that. It's a taste, but it was something I wanted to share because I felt it would help people to connect deeper and to see if it's something they may want to go further with.
Oh, beautiful. I know I sure do. I feel wonderful. I feel very relaxed. I feel alert and awake. I feel really wonderful.
Excellent.
And Monica says thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So let's answer some questions. So who has a question or who wants to share your experience? We've learned that if you click on the right side, the lower right hand side of your screen, you'll have the ability to raise your hand. And so raise your hand, and I would love to hear from you. Who has an experience you want to share, a question? Oh, Deborah. Great. Deborah was first. So Deborah, let's see, unmute. Hey, Deborah, what happened for you? I want to hear.
Hey, thank you. That was really wonderful. I loved seeing that Reverend Kathy had put above her head these spokes from this wheel and this white radio. I've been kind of obsessed since we just did the Akashic, the lineage training. And then as usual with these spokes and rays and seeing lots of sunbursts and lights coming out. And that's what, as we went through these wonderful 12 layers of our chakras, or our crown, and then down into our body, I was loving it. And then I got down into my belly and let that expand out to the edge of my aura, and then come back in and form that power ball, and those rays just shot out of there. And I'm thinking eventually, I don't know if those are crystals or those are just rays from the core, but the core was just stronger and stronger, and I felt closer and closer to God and to spirit, and just seeing all these rays coming out. And then I remembered something years ago about how chakras, many years ago, studying that chakras have spokes, 12 spokes coming out of them. Yeah. And that this pain that I've had in my hip that I've been working on, it's definitely past life and through my lineage and everything else. It's sort of, I realized that in that moment that you can take that spoke, just like I used to do with those chakras in your mind, and just start to straighten it out. I don't know if this relates to what you're doing, but that was one of the, when we asked, that's one of the work things for me to do, is to start to straighten out those spokes on that back right quadrant of that area, just like you have over your head and all these rays. So it was an out there experience for me, but it actually felt like useful tools. And then who knows where that goes, Kathy, with more Akashic education from your beautiful, devoted experience and all the stuff that you know. Wow.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Ma. Yeah,
Love
I
it.
mean, it's really interesting. It's all connected. The wheel, the spokes, the rays, they're all kind of one.
The source, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, this is our mighty I am presence. This is our center. So yeah, that's the God's sort of the God center, definitely.
I don't think I've ever really been guided to lighten that up that much and ride with that and let that
Very
expand and
powerful.
be. So
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. And Sherry has her hand raised. So Sherry, hello. What happened for you? We want to hear. Whoop, hold on. Okay,
Oh,
now. Okay. Okay.
it was, am I there?
Yeah. Yep. We got you now.
Yeah, it was very relaxing. I'm not sure I heard what I was hearing, but for me, I was imagining the face of a clock, and on each one of those places was one of the 12 crystals. I wasn't sure what that was, but that's kind of what I was seeing, and I'm not sure if I got sidetracked, or for me, that was where it led me, was imagining all these crystals all around me. And I have a lot of crystals around me and rose quartz and all kinds of stones. So for me, it was that clock face. And I didn't get further about the spokes and what have you, but it was very relaxing and calming. So I don't know if I'm in the wrong ballpark here, but that's what
There's
I
no right
got.
or wrong. There's no right or wrong.
But that's what I
Yeah,
got.
no
But it
right or
was
wrong.
very relaxing, Kathy. Thank you.
Good.
And I
Oh,
am
Excellent.
signed
beautiful.
up for your class, so
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
learn more there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. I look forward to working with you.
Me too.
I like
Oh,
your
thank
energy
you.
a lot.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Sherry. Elizabeth says, hi to both you and Kimberly. What is your ultimate goal or purpose for this besides improving a life experience or condition? With all the Akashic, with all the angelic connections and guidance you experience, why this? So she's curious. She's curious.
I'm not
So,
sure what she's saying.
well, she's saying, so what is my ultimate purpose? Or, what is our ultimate purpose for this?
To
With all the,
heal.
and to heal, yeah. So I can say that with all the healing I've done with the angels, there are still patterns that have been resistant. Somebody else used that word, resistant.
Yes.
I
Yes.
have a couple of really core patterns that just won't release. And it
Yep.
doesn't matter how much I've done on them. Um, there's something that there still is a root cause that's still clinging in there. And so we have so many tools available to us. The Akashic records are another tool, and I'm looking forward to this because I have an issue that is quite distressing. Well, I don't know, that's not it, but it's just been really persistent that I am so ready to let go of. And so I look forward to having this experience with the Akashic record, going to that one life that started this whole thing and watching
Yes.
how that can be resolved and released, and how I can bring forward other talents and skills and powers to um, allow me to have a different experience of life where this particular issue is related.
Yeah, we all have these issues, and if I might share this with
Mhm.
everyone, this is a very interesting story, real quick, because I know people have time, things they have to be places. Many years ago, when I started this work and was actually a student of it, one of my first past lives that I was taken through, I was having severe headaches, and um, no matter what doctor I went to, holistic, nobody could figure out where they were coming from. And so I had this past life clearing with this woman at the center I worked in years ago in the 80s. And she took me back. And what happened was I saw myself in the times of Jesus. I was walking, I was one of his followers. And I was in a big, like a dungeon or a cave of some sort, and I was being persecuted. I was being hit in the head over and over again. And I could feel it as I was going through this past life session that she had with me. And it was very painful. And I cried, I screamed, I did whatever I had to do at the time. And what happened was when I came out of it, I never had headaches again. And that was, let me see, that was over 36 years ago. So what I'm saying is, but I want to reiterate, and that was wonderful. However, as time progresses, what we found with past lives is because they are an energy that we don't have to scream, we don't have to beat things, we don't have to yell, we don't have to get exhausted doing these regressions, because we're working on a deeper level energetically that with the tools and techniques helps us to lift the energy off of us without having to be, we may feel some stuff. I'm not going to say you wouldn't, but you're not going to be in the old fashioned way of doing it, was the breathing up and down, it comes up, you're screaming, you're yelling, you're wild. And yeah, it works, but like for a week later, you can't, you're in bed. So what I'm saying to you is there's a better way, and over the years, through different classes, courses, and in my own channeling, I've found a way to, work with these past lives where things can be released and cleared in a more positive, uplifting way.
Yes, released and cleared without re-traumatizing ourselves. We don't have to
Yes.
relive that
Right.
pain and trauma from the
No.
past. So we're not reliving the pain and trauma. We're not re-damaging ourselves.
Right.
The experiences that I've had lately have been so amazing because I've been going to the original event. I've been going to that core experience that started some of the patterns. And instead of feeling the pain, I'm just seeing how much love there is. I'm feeling how much love there is. And I'm witnessing a resolution of the old pain, allowing the pattern to discontinue, allowing the belief to release.
Yes.
And then I've been seeing it come forward over a bridge across time, watching all of the past lives and all of the ancestral lineage healed as this transformed energy comes forward to now, blessing us all now. So I'm not sure how this is going to go with us for the Akashic record healing, but I think that it's most likely related to that. I think I've been having some kind of a related experience. And
because once you sign up for something,
mm-hmm.
it begins.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You sign up for it, and Spirit says, she's ready, he's ready, let's do it. And they start to get you, in the mode.
Right. So Margaret says, thank you. I do feel more vibrant and beautiful seeing pearly energy everywhere. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I was seeing this beautiful rainbow colored pearly energy. Thank you, Margaret.
Nice.
And Jody says, I saw a hole that had the edges burnt. It felt like a past life that was missing, that I had been burned. So I patched the hole and made my map whole again. Oh, well done, Jody. Well done, Jody.
Good job.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little different for everybody. It's all of my work and Kimberly's work, I feel, is loving, warm, healing, safe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both have a lot of integrity. We both love what we do. We want to help other people. We want to heal more of ourselves as well. We're not perfect. We're on the path too. And we're on the path with you, but there's these things that we've developed that we know work, and we can help people. Now, this is not, again, I don't do quick fixes, but I will tell you, if you're ready to work with the transformational energy of 2020, this is a beautiful way to begin, to open the door to it, and to want, if you want to heal on some level in your life. I know I do. I've had physical things that I've had it. I'm through. And so I've been working on that, and this has been helping me. Prior to that, it was more emotional things with the past lives I was working on. Now I'm working on more physical things. I've worked on finances with it, and I have improved my finances with it. So I just want you to know that this is, we are all, in progress. Okay?
Yes, I've worked on physical health issues, I've worked on emotional issues and spiritual issues, and right now what's got my attention is functioning in the world.
Oh, you and me both, sister.
Functioning in the world. So I'm really
Not easy.
excited about learning how to pull some tools and talents out of past lives to help me be more grounded and functional in the world.
Yeah. The world is an interesting place right now. I'm just going to use the word interesting. Because I try to speak of the highest, because things are shifting and changing at a rate where things kind of look like they're really, it's kind of like before the tide turns, it's all the commotion, that big wave, it comes up and then it's going to pass and it's going to get smoother, but we're still at that wave. It's still moving up. It's still trying to get to the top or the crest or whatever you call it. And then it's going to smooth out. So we're all working on that too. We're working on ourselves. We're trying to be better equipped to work in the world the way it is. And the more we do this, the more we're committed to it, the more we give time to ourselves because we deserve to heal, you will see results. And sometimes the results on what you think, there's something totally different. And you go, wow, I didn't even know I needed that. So.
Well, I know I've been having really wild results in my life the last couple of weeks from our ancestral lineage clearing. I had I was awakened as a planetary master last week, and still discovering what that means. And so I'm very excited about this class. So the way this is going to work is it's 2.5 hours of class time. And in there, Kathy's going to teach us how to open the records, how to close them, how to focus in on what we want to access, how to connect with the lords of the Akash and the other angels and masters and guides who are there with us. And then after that, she's got a lot of tools. She's going to teach us how to do her the tapping, the karmic release tapping. That's an important part. And
there's
that's
a big journey.
That's just a huge journey. Yeah.
There's a big journey that's going to take you, going to really connect you big time.
Yeah.
The healing.
And that's the beginning. So after that 2.5 hours of class time, then we have 2 weeks together where every day we will have some practices to do. And I've heard people be concerned that they don't think they have time for it. So you can figure out how to fit it into your day. It might be a little bit of time in the morning before you even get out of bed, a time at night as you're getting into bed. That's when I've done it. I'm waking up just a little earlier to have that time. So
yeah, it's not a huge amount of time, to be honest. It's a very it's very effective, but it's simplistic. So it's not, you're not going to need an hour a day. It's not like that. Yeah, so
like 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and again at night before you go to bed.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
And it's powerful healing time. That's when really the power of this work comes forward, is in that healing time.
Yes.
That's what I've discovered as I've been doing the daily practices for the ancestral lineage release. My goodness, that morning and evening time are so powerful. And in it, miracles are happening and, mountains are moving. The earth is moving for me in that time. So I don't see that daily practice as an obstacle if that's something that you're worried about. You'll be able to fit it into your day easily. And as you've done it a couple of times, you will want to have that time.
And it's not so in other words, once you have the tools to use, you can also use it in your own time. In other words, you can't do it every day, then you extend it out and you do it, here and there and when you feel like it's right. Or so everybody's a little different. We give you a format, but it's not like, oh, if I don't do it all in 2 weeks, that's it, it won't work. It's not like that at all. It's a tool or a set of tools for life.
Beautiful, beautiful. So after the live class coming up next Saturday, March 14th, week from Saturday, March 14th, I will post up the replays for you. I will segment them so it's really easy to find the prayer or the process that you want. As Kathy is teaching us, it will be easy to go back and listen to that big journey again as often as you like, which will
That's
be really
right.
spectacular. So the replays will be very accessible, easy for you to use. You'll be able to find exactly what you want quickly and effortlessly on the class page. There's a class guide, a learning guide to guide you through with all the prayers and the techniques that you'll want to be using that Kathy will teach us to use. And then we're going to have a 2-week private group session where this is our opportunity to connect with each other, to feel that loving support and connection, and also to share your experiences, to ask questions, to support each other. So as an example, in the ancestral lineage course, there were a couple of days where somebody would say in the group, I'm having a real hard day. And people would just jump in and say, we're here for you. We've got love for you. And other people would say, this has been a hard day for me too. And so we just all connect around that messaging and give each other love and support. And in the blink of an eye, I had a couple of hard days. And in the blink of an eye with that love, it just cleared up and I felt good again. So I'm really looking forward to this experience.
Me too. So why don't you tell everybody so they can, they can register. Tell them how they can register if they're interested.
Okay. So to register, I will put the link here in the chat, but I can't type and talk at the same time. So I'll put the link here in the chat. I'll also email it out to you afterwards, and you can click the link. We have an early bird special going right now. So between now and between now and Sunday night, you can get a pretty substantial discount by registering early. And then after Sunday next week on Monday, the price goes up. So this is a good time. You can do a 1 payment, a 2 payment. We try to make it really easy so it's accessible for everyone.
Anybody have any other questions before we end?
I'm going to unmute us then. And unmute all. So this is your chance to say hello, love you, have a comment, whatever you want to do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherry. I'm so excited you're going to be in the class with us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, wonderful. I see Eva blowing kisses. Kisses to Eva. I see Declan smiling.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Lovely.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Declan. Such a pleasure to have you here.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
See you
you.
all next Saturday.
Yeah.
I look
Thank you.
forward
Absolutely.
to working with you. Hey, Rena.
Hey. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So
Okay.
glad to be
Well,
here.
just wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you.
Good night, all.
Good
Love
night.
you all.
Yeah.
Thank